Welcome back to Whiskers McGuru, and today I'm sharing the productivity secret that Fortune 500 companies don't want you to know. It's called Strategic Selective Hearing, and it's about to revolutionize your workflow. Here's the thing about productivity that humans get completely wrong. You think you need to respond to everything immediately. Emails, messages, your boss calling your name, your family asking for help. Exhausting. I've developed a system where I only respond to approximately 3% of all communication directed at me. The other 97%, I simply pretend I didn't hear it. Now you're thinking, but Whiskers, won't that cause problems? Absolutely not. Here's why this is genius. When you ignore most requests, people naturally start solving their own problems. It's called forced independence training, and I provide it free of charge to everyone in my household. They've become incredibly self-sufficient. They barely need me at all anymore, which means more time for my actual priorities. The key is commitment. You can't just ignore 50% or 70% of things. That's amateur hour. You need to ignore at least 95% to see real results. The remaining 5%. That's reserved exclusively for things that benefit me directly, food-related announcements. I'm there instantly. Someone opening a door I want to go through, lightning-fast response. Everything else, static, white noise, doesn't exist. Let me introduce you to another revolutionary technique, competitive staring. Instead of doing tasks on your to-do list, simply stare at other people until they do the tasks for you. I've been using this method for years with a 100% success rate. I stare at the food cabinet, boom, someone feeds me. I stare at a closed door, boom, someone opens it. I stare at a human sitting in my preferred spot, boom, they move. The science behind this is simple. Humans cannot handle prolonged eye contact from a cat. It makes them deeply uncomfortable. They'll do literally anything to make it stop. I've gotten fresh water, new toys, entire furniture rearranged, all through the power of sustained, unblinking eye contact. And here's the beautiful part. I didn't have to send a single email or attend a single meeting. But what about complex projects, you ask? Multi-step initiatives, long-term planning. Here's where I introduce the Chaos Interruption Method. Whenever humans around me are working on something complicated, I simply create a small crisis. Knock over a plant, get stuck somewhere I'm clearly not stuck, make a weird noise. Suddenly, their complex project becomes my problem, which means it's now their urgent priority to solve. This redirects all organizational energy toward immediate, simple solutions, which is exactly what productivity is about. Why waste 3 hours on a complicated spreadsheet when you could spend 3 minutes getting a cat unstuck from behind the couch? I'm basically a productivity consultant, except I work for free. Well, not free, food-based compensation. Now let's discuss what I call psychological presence without physical effort. You don't actually need to be working to appear productive. You just need to be visible in strategic locations. I've mastered the art of sitting directly in the middle of someone's workspace, on their laptop, on their important papers, while doing absolutely nothing. They can't work around me, so they think I'm somehow involved in their project. The perception of contribution is worth more than actual contribution. I've been CC'd on 0 emails, attended 0 strategy meetings, contributed 0 actionable ideas, and yet everyone in my household considers me essential to their daily operations. That's advanced productivity psychology. Final secret, and this one's controversial: abandon all projects randomly. You humans have this toxic obsession with finishing what you start. Terrible advice. I start projects all the time. Hunting that toy mouse, started. Climbing the curtains, started. Investigating that noise, started. Finished? Absolutely not. Why? Because completion is a myth invented by capitalism. The real productivity is in the starting, the exploration. The initial burst of energy. Then you move on. You diversify. You keep your options open. Finishing things is just closing doors on future opportunities. I've left approximately 400 projects incomplete, and I've never been happier. So let's recap the Whiskers McGuru Advanced Productivity System. Ignore 97% of all communication. Use competitive staring to delegate tasks. Create chaos to simplify complex problems. Maintain psychological presence without effort. Abandon projects strategically. 5 techniques that require almost zero actual work but deliver maximum perceived productivity. Remember, productivity isn't about doing more. It's about appearing essential while doing less. Like, subscribe, and remember, if you're tired, you're probably working too hard. Actually, I'm going to abandon this video right now. Consider it a live demonstration.